Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome back to Renfrewshire. Paisley has started to feel quite festive with the Christmas lights being turned on in nearby Paisley this week. Paisley is bidding for the UK City of Culture in 2021 to help regenerate the town. The local fans, though, are flocking to the Braehead Arena this evening for the final stages of the Gruyère European Curling Championships. My name is Logan Gray, with three-time Scottish champion Kenny Edwards alongside. Our featured game this evening will be the men's semi-final, Norway versus Switzerland. We've seen some great games throughout the round robin. We started with 10 teams and now only 4 remain. Who will go on to take the medals? We'll soon find out.
On sheet C for Norway, Havard Vad Petersen, Christopher Spade, Torger Nergard, and Thomas Ulsrud. For Switzerland, Valente Tanner. Skip and playing second, Peter de Cruz. Claudio Pinks. And Benoit Sparks.
Holder farten oppe innenfor kant 4 eller på taker generelt, tror jeg. Det litt spiller vanlig.
Mark.
So here's how they racked up after the round robin. Sweden winning on 8-1. Norway and Switzerland tied on 6 wins and 3 losses, along with Russia. Due to head-to-head results, Norway and Switzerland in a 2-3 game, and Russia playing against Sweden at the moment in the other semi-finals. Austria defeated Finland in a tiebreaker earlier to finish in 8th position and guarantee their place in the A division next year, and Finland will be relegated to the B division. And this is how it looks in the final stages here. Sweden against Russia. The winner going to the final, the loser going to the semi-final. And Norway against Switzerland. Winner going to the final, and loser also going to the bronze medal game. So just next door, as we already mentioned, Sweden and Russia will try and keep you updated on what's going on the other sheet throughout this evening's play. Well, just the final preparations being made here. Norway are going to have the last stone here in the first end due to their better ranking in the round robin. When these two teams met in the round robin, Kenny, the scoreline was 7-3 in Norway's favour. Can we expect more of the same this evening?
Yeah, thanks, Logan. I do expect more of the same this evening. And Norway have been here so many times before, and you just got to think this might be a step too far for this young Swiss side. Although this young Swiss side have won plenty of tournaments in their time. They've picked up a gold and a silver at the European Championships before. But the vast experience of Thomas Ulsrud should be a telling factor in this game.
Absolutely, Kenny, and I think Norway showing their confidence already with their first call of the match, electing to throw a corner guard. So perhaps Norway feeling a little bit more at ease than the Swiss.
Yeah, I think what you'll see from Norway is quite a confident start. They won't be worried about going after Switzerland early on. They'll like a lot of stones in play.
So this is Valentin Tanner playing in the second European Championship. Got the silver medal last year with this team. And they also won the World Junior Championships in 2010.
Vil nok bremse og gripe litt der inne fortsatt, jeg tror.
Now here's Håvard Pettersson, been extremely successful since joining this Ulsrud team 10 years ago. This is him playing in his 10th European Championships. He's medalled in all 9 so far, so looking pretty ominous.
Petit peu plus, je viens juste en main là.
Très bien.
So you see the red in the white 8-foot area. And this is second and skip Peter de Cruz.
Ouais, 10.
Ouais.
Ouais.
Oui.
Wow. 10. 10.
Yeah, Peter's sports idol is Sir Alex Ferguson. We saw Peter playing third position for a game a couple of draws ago, but returning to his more natural second position. Peter calls the game as the skip, but throws the second stones. And here's Christopher Sva, the 34-year-old from Oslo. He's a curling instructor. And this Norwegian side, of course, won the Olympic silver medal in 2010 in Vancouver. Just a reminder of the rules of play, a slight change to the first one, 8 ends minimum to be played here. 38 minutes of thinking time for both teams, and they'll both be entitled to 1 timeout at any point throughout the match.
Attends un peu. Ouais. Plus.
Attention.
Attention, Claudio. Ouais. Ouais. Good.
So just trading takeouts on the wing here. Neither team will be keen to make a mistake.
Yeah, I think the reason they're playing the takeout out wide is because of that corner guard. It's not really in play, to be honest.
Moi j'ai poussé tranquille.
This is Claudio Petz, of course the brother of recent world women's champion Alina Petz. Been pretty successful himself over the years, winning the gold medal in 2013 for Switzerland in Stavanger in Norway, playing in his 5th European Championships.
Hadde du draffart her? Det like glatt her.
Han drar for der. Greiene.
So Peter de Cruz just making his way out to clear some falling confetti from the ice. He's been wreaking havoc with the players all week long. It's a darts event here last week, and we also had some sort of a confetti cannon, and confetti's still coming down. But we've not seen it cause too many problems this week so far. Here's Torger Nergard, the 41-year-old, recently married and has 2 daughters. And actually was the Olympic champion in 2002 as the alternate for Paul Trulson.
On arrive à la sortie. Juste tac.
Ouais.
C'est ça.
Well, Norway taking the game to Switzerland here. Trying to go around the guard, but still sitting pretty open. Our last couple of games that we've seen played on this sheet, there's been a lot of curl on the right-hand side of the sheet. And Claudio Pat's not the first person to be caught out there.
Yeah, quite a dreadful shot there. Had to really make sure he got past the guard. And he's pushed that yellow into a really awkward position now. And if Norway could ever swing one right round into the top of the 8 foot, fully buried, a good score here might be on the cards.
Well, not only has Torgeir Nørgaard won the European Championships 3 times before as a player, he's also won it as a coach in 1999 in Chamonix in France with the Norwegian women, Dordi Norby.
Ringa er det viktigste, Torgeir!
Ja, men er vi enige? Jeg tror det er tregere enn det du spilte nå.
Jeg spilte guard.
Ja. Får jeg melde tidlig hvis vi må gå dypt.
Kjører mye her også.
So electing to play the out turn, or anti-clockwise rotation for a right-handed player. Just down the centre line. It'll be interesting to see the weight they play at this. We've been looking at around 14.5 seconds between hog to hog for T-line. And this one you would expect to drift a little bit past the T-line. It's deep enough to make the double fairly awkward.
Yeah, maybe even have expected it to run further than that at 13.6. So maybe the ice conditions a little bit slower this evening, and the brushers were required here to try and get it far enough back in the house not to leave an easy double. Did it go quite far enough here, Kenny?
Another stone would have been perfect. Another stone's length would have been perfect.
Un quart, ça le fait toujours, je pense.
Ah, je suis pas sûr, hein.
Well, a chance here for a double takeout. Benoit Schwartz sending the heater down here. Oh, and hits it a little bit too thick and rolls right over the top. Well, that was a big mistake there, and Norway have the options here where they want to draw with this next one. Here's another look. Tanner and Pat's doing their best, but you see, just hit a fraction too thick.
Eller vil du spre ringa? Han har hele gule, men han må rønne mot 2 med jam-mulighet bak.
Jeg liker å prøve på 3, altså.
So this looking very, very ominous now for Switzerland. They could be staring a 3 in the face here in this first end. And this is where Norway are so good. They lure you into thinking you're competitive in an end and then sting you right at the end with Thomas Olsrud, skip stones.
Jeg tror du må spille det du tror er T-line alene, egentlig. Og så kan da tror jeg vi kan dø foran 10.
Ideelle er å fryse, komme helt opp og fryse egen, gutter. Ikke noe mer.
Well, here's the charismatic skip, Thomas Ulsrud, married with one son. He's playing in his 14th European Championship, medalled 10 times. Next to listen to a bit of U2 and Guns N' Roses. And he's not quite got the line right here. So most of that stone is still seen from the hack, doesn't quite hide behind that yellow guard.
Juste 4/5e.
Well, it doesn't look like Switzerland are going to go after any sort of double takeout here. Just a soft weight tap back to try and leave their shooter lying in front of the red Norwegian stone.
C'est 11,5, ça sera hack, je pense.
Ouais, exactement.
Ouais.
Well, a tricky shot here for Benoit Schwartz.
Non. Non. Attention. Wow.
Benoit, born and lives in Geneva, plays out of the Geneva Curling Club as well. Oh, he's looking a long way wide here. Can't even get one out.
Oh, that's a disastrous shot. And a straightforward draw to just half in 12 for Thomas Olsrud to take a 3-shot advantage here in the first end. Big mistake from Switzerland. And third player, Claudio Pats, just coming back in for this game. And that might be the reason why he's been on the bench this week, Logan, is because too many missed shots.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt that Switzerland will have to raise their game a little bit if they want to even feature in this semi-final. It's been all Norway here in the first end.
So let's have a look at the timer on this. The sweepers were on it pretty quick. And this is where Thomas Olsrud is so good and really does punish every mistake. And that's exactly what he's going to do here.
Well, that was 14.2 and runs to the same spot, so maybe getting a little bit slicker down there. But a dream start here for Norway in this European Championship semi-final. It's Norway 3, Switzerland 0.
Er det femmeren først? Nei. Er deres? Jeg føler at den er løs. Ser ut som han køler tidlig.
Second end, Norway 3, Switzerland 0.
Ligger bra nå. Ser løs ut. Ser bra ut. Ser bra ut nå.
And already Kenny Switzerland massively on the back foot.
14-4. Gjerne det.
Yeah, absolutely, Logan. It's going to be an uphill struggle now. And as we've said, this Norwegian side have been in many semi-finals, page playoffs, world finals, Olympic finals. And you know, it's maybe just told there in the first end. But if Switzerland can make their 2 here in the second end, or maybe even the third, they're only trailing by 1.
All right.
Yep.
So here's the other men's semi-final, the top ranking team versus the 4th ranking team, Sweden versus Russia. And this is Niklas Edin, hot favourites this week. Sweden are having a super season. And they won the round robin on 8 wins and 1 loss. Niklas Edin with a chance to score 2 and runs it tight. Gives up a steal of 1. And after one end there, Russia 1, Sweden 0. Maybe a little bit too early to start talking about an upset, Kenny.
Yeah, I think so. yes, they'll be frustrated that they gave up the single point, but they know they can create chances.
Well, let's be honest, there's no pressure whatsoever on this Russian team. Many of them playing in their first European Championships here and having a super week. So Switzerland coming right around the back of everything. Nice shot there by Valentin Tanner.
Yeah, not the worst call in the world at all. It's not stupid.
Well, Norway don't mind there being a stone at the back of the house, but they certainly don't want to leave a corner guard there as well.
Yep.
Christopher Sva, also known as Bompy, with the big weight peel here. Oh, that's a mistake. That's twice this week I've seen him do that, is to change the ice and then miss the shot, or almost miss the shot. You can throw it so hard there that he rolled far enough to be in a safe position. So maybe Christopher just needs to trust the skip a little bit.
Trois. Oh, rien faire. Trois, juste deux. Oh.
On essaye deux.
Juste deux.
Seul.
Oh, juste là. Pas plus, pas plus. Maintenant, il y a assez, je pense. Oh. Bien. Bien, Pete. Bien. Wow, 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 wow.
Oh, gets rather lucky, actually.
Yeah, Bompy just hit that one a little bit too fine, and it runs through, rattles the stones in the house around, and opens up the back shot. So, actually, quite a good result, I would say here, Kenny.
Yeah, certainly. Opens things up to see the yellow back of the house.
So that must change the tactics a little bit here, Kenny.
Yeah, what Switzerland will do is try and get some separation between them two yellows, or throw the centre guard. If they throw a corner guard, they'll just expect Norway to probably peel the back one or peel the corner guard. They will play the scoreboard. Norway won't be silly enough to be lured into making a mistake.
Obviously, Switzerland have lost 3 in the first end here. Is there any need for a panic just yet?
No, I think if Switzerland can score 2, certainly before the break, and if they're only trailing by 1, the game's still wide open.
A long way to go here in this semi-final. Here's Torger Nørgaard.
This one looks very, very close. Just misses the back one. Yeah, slightly disappointed about that one. These guys really do expect to make every single shot.
Akkurat trop.
Laisse bien, c'est bien, laisse.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Juste dans la center. Tout seul. Très bien.
Feil, synes jeg.
Jeg tror han garder en gang til, hvis ikke spiller jeg 2 dobbeltforsøk. Ja, det var det ikke en gang til.
Garder ikke en gang til, tror jeg.
Det køler nok her til å gjøre den.
So there's the coach for Norway, Petter Moore. Looking to have a better performance today after he missed the timeout the other day. Petter will also be coaching the Norwegian women's team at the World University Games this year.
Ja, dra som en plassering jævlig bra for at han ikke skal ha det, da.
There's some confetti coming down once again.
Yeah, so just calling a technical timeout.
Tappen ut er greit, da.
Ja, gjerne dra, så lenge du ikke har mer enn full 8, bite 4 er gull. Det er det beste.
Ja, da synes jeg skal prøve det.
Har du lyst til å legge opp topperne og få 2 bak?
No, an interesting one here.
I think this maybe just shows the confidence these guys have got. They're already sitting 1. I think the straightforward call would be just to peel the centre off.
Jeg tror vi er dype, egentlig. Jeg tror man går på godt dyp, og så må fryse.
Er vi lange?
Ja, vi er helt ned.
So taking a slight risk here and leaving the centre guard.
Må køle. Oi.
Bra da. Ok, tror du derover?
Nei.
They do sit 2 though.
Du tror du det helt tatt? Jeg har sett Håvard sin.
Claudio Pescia,
Ouais, aussi, ouais.
the coach for Switzerland.
2 tiers.
Yeah, ex-European champion himself.
Oui.
And
Oui.
Switzerland electing to go after this red out wide. Oh, this one's curling really big, and you cannot afford to miss this. Just having an absolute nightmare of a tournament.
Tør du være tøff nok, da? Tør ikke mer enn bite 4, altså, for Lotte.
Yeah, here's another look. No amount of swooping here from Benoit Schwartz could hold it up there. Just over curls. Just a quick correction on my previous comment. Claudio didn't win the European Championships, but he did win a World Silver medal back in 2003 in Winnipeg. So, a great opportunity now for Norway, taking a risk and forcing a mistake. And now they can really crank the heat up on Switzerland with this draw.
This one just hanging a little bit. Didn't quite get fully buried.
Men det er nesten så han kan floppe inn, da.
Well, that's twice that Thomas has tried to kind of draw around with his first stone, and it's just not curled up.
Genre en plein, quoi.
Hein? Sinon, on vient là, mais...
Of course, all the stones are a little bit different, and that's half the battle really, is working out how they differ and how they can be best utilised and in what order thrown to get the best results.
Ça, c'est vraiment difficile. Hein.
Ok, d'accord. On veut être où? On veut être ici?
Ouais.
On veut être
Ah
overbearing?
ouais, exactement. Bah, là, il va jouer ça. Je pense qu'il faut quand même...
Ouais,
Faudrait
mais
lui
là
faire
aussi.
jouer le freeze, quoi.
Ok.
Bon, il y a le jam, hein. Pas sûr qu'il va jouer ça.
Il y a le jam, ouais, c'est pour
Ouais,
ça.
ouais, on fait ça, ouais.
All the stones are numbered, of course, just for identification. So generally the running order is the lead would play 1 and 2, but the teams do practice the night before with the rocks and before the game starts, so they will know if one particular stone swings more than the others or is a little slower or a little faster. So you will see 2 or 3 that don't play them in order.
Ok, 8, il y a la place. 6.
So the pressure back on here.
Attention. 1, c'est bien.
6 vitesses.
Switzerland can't afford to fall any further behind.
Balle devant.
Taking a big risk here and going for the draw.
Ok, si on est juste la shot, c'est bien. Juste shot. Juste force de 4 pieds. Go, go, go. Wow. Ouais, go, 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 go.
Well, have they got that far enough for shot position? I don't think so.
Pilnøtt. Jeg liker det.
No, I don't think it is. I think that red top of the 8-foot is. It's in a difficult situation, a difficult position.
Sånn er det nå, det er nære I hvert fall. Liten rull inn.
Om vi tapper her da er den?
Ja, da er den.
Da
Da
kan
får du inn
den
opp
også
en død I den.
It's not the worst call being there.
Enten må du dra hvitt.
Kom an, pilnøtt.
Pilnøtt.
Det er ikke så lett da, men du ser ikke mye av den da.
Jo, du ser halve frakk.
Man må bare dra på en til her da. Nei, da legger vi opp en dobbelt. På utsida her så legger vi opp dobbelt
Pilnøtt
da.
ikke bare, da. Det ligger jo en her, gutter.
Ja, du dør I den.
Ja, men,
Og selv om du ikke gjør det, så har den ikke noe dobbelt her.
er det ikke bedre å dra hit da?
Jo, men hvordan kommer vi dit?
Vi drar den av samme en som durer nå.
Ja, ja.
You see the bench looking on.
Vi har en av denne. Han har ikke...
Sander Rolvag, the alternate.
Han garder nå, men da rønner han vel. Jeg er ikke fremmed for å dra rundt. Han har splitt juletre. Han har splitt på egen da. Men dra I juletre da.
Det er ikke så lett også å gjøre noe med det der da.
Ja, er det like bra garde, eller? Jeg ser han landstøger. Du kan gå vanligheteren eller 11, eller hva du vil da.
Ja, men hvis du jammer her, så
Ja.
har du kjapp for 3, eller...
Ja, hva om vi bare fryser egen da? Da drar vi 4.
Possibly looking at throwing a guard on
Det
this.
lettere, samme sporet.
Tappe den en stein.
Prøver å dra 4, Torgeir. Du kan ikke tappe den inn I dobbelen bare. Du kan egentlig bare fryse.
If you throw the guard on this,
Ja, men om vi
you've
så
got to
stopper
think
kort her,
that
så har den vel ingenting.
you're only ever going to give up one.
Han splitter den da. Rundt!
This shows the determination of Team Ilsrud. They want to score another point and kill this game off.
Han kommer opp til nese med hack, tror jeg.
Hvis du piler den clean, så det jo safe da. Får ikke jamma den der nesten, altså.
Ja, men vanlig så kan man det, tror jeg.
Ja, med 11 da.
Well, I think they want to play the tap up here, don't they? But they're only going to be lying 1 if they do so.
Ja, han
Ideally,
treffer
they would want to
skrittene
lie
der,
2.
på den, eller... Ja, hva får den da hvis vi går I garden?
Får 2.
Ja,
Hvis du gjør et eller annet annet her nå, så får han ikke 2 da.
nei. Da liker jeg nesten bedre å komme opp på nesa og tappe den.
Ja, tappen da. Tappen eller garden eller et eller annet.
Den mye dragningen litt
Tappen en stein eller...
Ja.
Jeg tror nesten det lettere hvis du tapper den en stein, så kanskje det blir lettere for den, for da kan du gjøre den og så rulle dit. Eller bedre å bare garde.
Den her det jævlig vanskelig slag for han på 2 om vi rimer oss den på I ferden.
They're giving this one a good hard think anyway.
Ja, rønnen, alltid rønnen da, på egen gul. Hvis vi piler gul.
Ja, da har det ikke noe...
Så har han jævlig vanskelig slag for å få 2. Det går nesten
Ja, og det risk for å gi bort 2.
Da åpner du nesten dragningen hans for 2 også da, men...
Ja, men det forcen da. Jeg kunne kanskje garda da. Bestem dere, hva liker dere? Eller takk, så har han kanskje spilt. Ja.
Taking a lot of time
Jeg
over
synes
this,
vi kan
Logan.
dra her, det er greit å dra her.
Jeg sa vi må litt 4.
Ja.
Om vi går helt ned på egen, det også bra?
Nei,
Da det litt mer bingo.
kanskje hvis du kommer helt på
Need
nesa.
to be very wary
Jeg tenkte på den bak.
Ja, ja.
of not running their
Ned
clock
hit,
down.
tenker du, ikke sant?
Da vil ikke du best da, Thomas. Jeg er ikke noe keen på å gi
Det
han
blir
for 2.
treerne.
Force er kjempebra.
Well, they must have spent a
Guard
good
er safeste.
5 minutes over this shot now.
Guard
No
er letteste
timeout
slaget,
called.
tror jeg.
And you see them quite a
Tror
good
ikke han
bit
har
down on the yellow Swiss
Må spille, prøve
stop clock there. About 4 minutes.
Ja, men det de har brukt 5 minutter.
Vi går den veien.
Nei.
Now we're going to have to wait a little bit longer while Robert Pedersen moves some debris off the ice. This is the first time we've really seen the confetti causing any problems.
Ren guard. I så fall om vi fryser egen, gutter, det ikke krise. Det nesten bedre. Ja. Tight guard, Torgeir, fryse egen, det ikke krise.
So I think what Norway are doing here is trying to lie 2 and play a draw around their red stone.
Tightere over. Her ligger linja bra.
Tightere linje.
Helt sikker!
Harvey Van Petersen just trying to push him up the hill.
4.
Frys, liten tapp.
Ja.
Well, it's running a much tighter line than what they were looking for.
Ikke du.
So maybe plan B, they're trying for a tap up.
Håvard! Håvard, kjør, 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 kjør.
Well, it does make the tap.
Ja, vi skulle ikke tappe. Men vi kunne ikke, det hadde ikke vært noe bedre å vise den på utsida, og man kunne sjappe.
Norway lying 1 here in the second end.
Ça pour
J'ai un 7-8.
8. Faut assez de vitesse pour la pousser avec un angle. 8, 9.
Ouais, 14, ça suffit.
And now Switzerland are going to have to play a tap of their own here. Benoit Schwartz on the last stone of this second end.
Ouais, 8, c'est bien.
Comme un peu plus. On a beaucoup de
Ouais, il faut plus.
Final stone of the second end, Benoit Schwartz.
Fais vite, hein. Faut toucher fin. Ouais, 10 tout seul.
Needs a good one here to prevent Switzerland from falling further behind in this semi-final. Well, he's got the line right. How's the weight? A little bit bold is the answer. And it's going to be a steal of 1 for Norway. And almost lucky it wasn't more, really. So, after 2 ends, Norway extending their lead. And it's Norway 4, Switzerland 0.
Just a few short years ago, Las Vegas first emerged on the world's curling radar. Today, it's the world's curling hotbed, with 2 Continental Cups already in the attendance record books, a 3rd one ready to rock this coming January, and the biggest one of all, the World Men's Championship, coming in 2018. For complete details, visit LasVegasCurling.rocks.
You gotta be there. Las Vegas rocks.
You're watching live coverage of the 2016 Le Gruyère European Curling Championships from the Braehead Arena in Renfrewshire, Scotland. Norway off to a flyer here in the semi-final, leading Switzerland by 4 shots to 0. Steal of 3 in the first end, and then a steal of 1 in the second. My name's Logan Gray, and alongside Kenny Edwards.
Yeah, disappointing start for Switzerland. They are 4 down. Just not managed to get anything going at all.
Assez proche, les gars. Oui, Claudio. Allez, allez. On y va, on y va. Encore. Okay.
Next story, here's Niklas Sedin in the 1v4 semi-final. Trailing by 1 shot after a steal in the first. And Sweden lying one on the button. Not very much room to work with at all here for this final stone of the second end. Sundgren and Vrano massaging it down there, right onto the side of the button. Super draw. And the first deuce of the game there. Sweden 2, Russia 1. Back to Norway, Switzerland.
Okay, 2.
Poil moins.
Claudio devant. Faut que ça curle. Claudio devant.
Moi.
Regarde. Juste là.
Juste 2.
File sur Valère.
Ouais.
Claudio, fini.
Fini.
Yep, encore un peu.
Ouais.
Encore.
So 2 corner guards up.
Okay.
Well, I guess if you're going to fall 4 shots behind, then the best time to do it's in the first couple of ends.
Yes, certainly, Logan. If you're going to be trailing at all, the early part of the game is when to do it. But you can just see with the body language of this young Swiss side, they're not loving this situation. You look at Norway; their tails are up. They're pretty confident, happy with the way things are going.
Mets le balai, Benoît.
La ligne est bien.
So up with 2 corner guards. Norway still in a very strong position here because they have 2 in the house. So they're just going to ignore trying to guard them and just peel the guards away. They don't want to leave any cover for Switzerland. And this is where Norway are very, very good. They're so good when they're ahead. They make very, very little mistakes.
And just to add to that, Kenny, I think one of their main strengths is that they're not scared to be aggressive when they've got the lead as well, which makes them an even more frightening prospect to play against at times. We saw that in the second end there when they elected to go around the centre guard rather than peeling it like most teams would. Paid off for them and they got the steal. Released by the hog line there, and the hog-to-hog split timer starts.
On peut la prendre 9-10.
8, c'est bien.
Faut que ça reste, mais...
8, Val.
Ligne,
Très
très
bien.
bien.
Tout seul. Tout seul,
Très bien,
bien
9-10,
assez,
ça
vite,
va.
club.
Ligne,
So they
ligne,
see
très
about
bien,
14 and a half.
Oh, Val, oh.
And just drifting past the T-line ever so slightly. Another dejected look on Pere de Cruz's face there.
Well, I don't think they'll have given up quite yet. If they can get 2 back on the board, then that would certainly give them some hope. It's still a long way to go here.
Ah, j'ai un peu
Sinon,
peur.
je pensais...
Il fait la garde après. Ouais.
Elle
Trois
est juste
quarts.
normale. On la laisse là, celle-là.
OK.
OK.
Juste comme ça.
So looking to move the Reds this time.
Attention.
10.
Ouais.
10 et demi, 11.
Wow, wow,
Wow, wow, wow.
wow, Val.
10 et demi, 11.
10.
Wow,
Wow.
wow. Non,
Yeah,
non,
Switzerland have obviously decided they can't afford to run any more stones down here. It's a little bit high and rolls over, and could well be a double takeout possibility here for Norway.
Yeah, around 3/4 stone, anywhere, well, maybe 2/3 would be absolutely perfect. Must be pretty close. Oh, makes the yellows go away.
Yeah, he can throw the high hard one extremely well, Torger Nergard. Here's a look at that backswing that creates so much momentum. See some other players out there giving it a good push. Torger Nergard, it's all momentum from the hack. Just lets it go. Compare that to the likes of Oscar Eriksson, who gives it quite a lot from the elbow. And the backswing technique, not generally taught anymore, is it?
No, Logan, it's the backswing technique. If you think about it, you have to pull the stone back and round your body, and then back in, which sometimes tends to swing you offline. So if everything's in straight lines, you don't have to lift the stone.
Is there any limitations from not backswinging the stone?
I think with the leg drive now that these players have got, and these players are mostly in the gym training at least 2 or 3 times a week, if not every day. Some of them are full time. So you see the drive off the hack. Thomas Olsrud doesn't really need too much of an extension because he does have pretty good leg drive. Has he managed to squeeze the yellow? He has. He squeezed out the side door.
So here's another look at the comparison.
Just straight out. You see how the stone's right out in front of him. He knows exactly where that's going. If you lift the stone, you sort of swing around your body and you tend to wobble ever so slightly out of the hack.
Yeah, and let's not forget the improvement in the ice conditions and the technology in the sliders as well. Gives them all the more speed too. Well, looks like the third end's going to be blanked here. A couple of super takeouts by Norway.
Oh, nicely done. Yeah, don't expect Switzerland to take their one here. They'll look to try and blank this. You may think they want to get a point on the board, but we've seen this week, if a team has last stone, they want to score more than that single point and utilise that hammer.
No, this looks okay. Right behind this sheet. Hits half stone and rolls away. And it's all Norway so far here in this semi. After 3 ends, it's still Norway 4, Switzerland 0.
Okay.
Bra linje.
Ok, tror jeg.
Ja. Ser ut som plenty.
Bak 10.
Bare ek.
13-2. På land Eke, da.
A dominant start for Norway. One-way traffic really, and Switzerland just have not managed to get a foothold here in the semi-final so far. Still a long way to go though for the reigning European silver medalists. But they'll need to start getting their act together quickly if they want to overturn this 4-shot deficit. Valentin Tanner, 86% for the week.
Yeah, Valentin, you've got a feel for him. Hasn't really done too much wrong in this game or in the tournament.
Well, already Switzerland taking a different approach. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's keep an eye on Sweden and Russia. Still one to come from each of the skips here in the third end. Of course, Sweden scoring 2 in the second end to take the lead. Russia lying shot position in the forefoot at the moment. The one thing that really impresses me about the Swedish side, Kenny, is they just seem to have full control over every single shot that comes down the ice. It just never looks anywhere else other than its intended destination, and that's a terrific draw there by Nicolas Edin.
Yeah, it's as if he's got a joystick on his his stones. The stone placement of all the Swedish guys is quite phenomenal.
Well, absolutely no opportunity here for Alexei Timofev to score 2. And it's going to be a tough shot for 1 as well after great stone there by Niklas Edin.
Oh, great shot by the skip. Right down onto the button.
Well, you know, he's just like totally unfazed all week, and why should the semi-final be any different? After 3 ends, it's Sweden 2, Russia 2. Well, back in our featured game, here's Peter de Cruz playing 86%. We saw him 90 earlier in the week, but had a poor game when he moved up to 3rd, so I'm sure that has affected his overall stat. While we were watching the Sweden-Russia game, you may have seen a mistake there by Christopher Swat, running the guard straight back. Here it is, right on cue.
He's looking to drive the guard back onto that yellow on edge of 4, but actually hit it right back onto his own red stones.
Oh, just a little bit wayward there. Be looking for something similar here, though.
A nice shot from Christopher. Tidies things up that time.
Yeah, that's the one that he was looking for the first time. So just 2 stones left in play.
So Peter de Cruz, I think, electing to play centre guard.
Ligne, c'est bien. Juste deux. Je pense qu'on va finir quand même. Ouais. Ah ouais. Ligne, c'est bien. Ligne bien. Ta cœur assez, je pense. Ta cœur bien assez, ouais. 1, 2. Oh. Allez, ouais. Oui. Yep. Bien.
Yeah, Norway will just continue to peel this. And away it goes. So Norway still sitting 1. I think I'd still probably throw a centre guard with this one, Logan. Run through a couple more stones.
Yeah, this is just the 3rd first stone. Claudio Pet's 84% for the tournament.
Not convinced that's the right stat for him, but he was dropped from the team earlier in the week.
Well, that started curling a little bit early. We've seen a few mistakes from Claudio in this game. Super's managed to keep this one in play. Yeah, that was just over curled by a stone there.
Det ligger jo nesten en stein over, hvis du går med vanlig. Det ikke noe problem å rulle hit.
Hvis du tenker litt lenger frem da, hva gjør han?
Hva sier du?
Hvis du tenker litt lenger, hva skjer neste slag?
Hva slår foran?
Og prøv å doble, tror jeg.
Eller bare rulle borti.
So Kenny, why would you have elected to stay out of the house a little bit longer here?
Because you know the way Norway are going to call the game. Even if you throw it up short, Norway will peel it. If you go into the house, you catch around 2 or 3 inches of this yellow rock it's going to drive back down onto, the shooting stone's going to drive back down onto the other yellow, and the chance of scoring 2 is pretty much gone. I wouldn't expect this one from Torgen Everard to be too far away.
So here we go, a bullet here from Torgen Everard.
Oh, just misses it over the top.
Hits it a hair too thick. But still a fair amount of work here for Switzerland to do. Here's another look. Hits around half and goes over the top.
Ouais, ouais. Il faut un petit peu sur l'intérieur. Ouais, de toute façon.
Ta den der over. Ta den der som ligger midt i.
Ça va être plus vite, hein. Il faut la même ligne.
Ouais.
So, probably, are they throwing the corner guard on this?
No, I think they're actually coming down to try and bump their own yellow and leave a freeze on the red shot stone. So tricky little shot here. Certainly got enough running at the moment.
Well, puts the 2 yellows together.
Well, I'm not sure how much longer they're going to be there, though. Should be a pretty straightforward double takeout here for Thomas Ilsrud.
Might even be a triple. Remove everything.
Rainstorm.
So I think with this 4-shot lead, you can expect to see Thomas Ilsrud throwing a lot of takeouts this evening. It's been pretty comfortable so far.
And makes them go away and holds the red at the back.
Lovely shot there by the Norwegian skip. Sometimes when the stones are that close together, it can be a little bit trickier than it looks, but Thomas Ilsrud certainly not making it look that way. Well, looks like a dead freeze here.
Benoit Schwartz, 79%. So just looking to freeze this red stone in the scoring area. Can't afford to put any separation between the stones or Thomas Ilsrud will have it out there. And this one just over curling and bumping the red back, so there is a gap.
Hva tåler vi, da? Halv?
3/4 for nå, tror jeg. Gå innan, ikke sant?
Gå inn, ja.
Yeah, just bumps it a little bit, and that makes this shot all the easier, but a great attempt. It was quite a difficult shot to freeze.
Knowles nære. Mulig at Knowles går også.
Jeg bare lurer på om det hvordan curlen er. Jeg tror det ærlig curl her.
Jeg tror du kan tørre å se. Du kan gjøre slipp på der, altså.
Thomas Ilsrud just a little bit more consistent this week in his shot making.
Ja!
Sweeping this one for line at the moment. Have they squeezed out the side door? They have.
Well, that went really quite easily. Even kept the shooter. I don't think Thomas Ilsrud loved that delivery, but he loved the result. Springing out, no problem. Hits the foam, kick to the back. Well, here's the final stone of the fourth end. Nicely done once again. And another end in the books here in this semi-final. After 4 ends, it's Norway 4, Switzerland 0.
Just a few short years ago, Las Vegas first emerged on the world's curling radar. Today, it's the world's curling hotbed, with 2 Continental Cups already in the attendance record books, a third one ready to rock this coming January, and the biggest one of all, the World Men's Championship, coming in 2018. For complete details, visit LasVegasCurling.rocks.
You gotta be there. Las Vegas rocks.
Havard Van Petersen for Norway. Being asked for this one, top of the forefoot. They have a 4-shot advantage. Really controlling this game. Switzerland not created anything yet. Got to feel they need to get something on the board before the break.
Au milieu, 2. Nature 2.
Ça glisse assez bien maintenant.
Faut 3, hein. C'est sur ton balai.
Parfait là. Easy, Claudio. C'est bon?
Ah, il y a ça.
So do throw up the corner guard. Norway will just ask for this one right in on top of that red stone. And this is where Howard is so perfect usually. Can throw 2 identical rocks. Oh, lines them up absolutely perfectly. Oh, really on fire. So next door, the other semi-final between Sweden and Russia. 4th end was blanked, so 2-2 in that one. Quite a tight affair. A very different game here. On sheet C though.
Ton logo là. Le moteur, hein. Faut que ça cœur là. Yep. Jusque là. C'est là. Minimum là. Ah, c'est dommage, là, je prends.
So, Christopher Svart just going to peel the corner. Away it goes.
Sorry.
So, fairly muscular Thomas Osrud.
Ouais,
Yeah, Thomas has been doing a lot of gym work in his new career as a reality TV star. He's been involved with a boot camp in Iceland, I believe, and also been on Come Dine With Me.
Encore. Yep.
See him stretching a little bit a couple of times. Just hope there's not any sort of niggles. Sure the body doesn't recover quite as quickly as it used to.
Yeah, Thomas, probably at the twilight of his career, you've got to think that he's probably not going to go past the next Olympics.
Yep.
But you never know, he might continue.
Der det ganske bra sving.
So 3 red Norwegian stones around the center line. So at least there's a few stones in play for Switzerland to be able to use here.
Un peu plus.
So I expect they're maybe going to try and bump things around, push some of these stones behind tee.
Attention, ouais! Vitesse!
Ouais, tout seul!
Non!
Non, non, non.
Attention!
Oh! Oh!
Ça traverse! Wow! Traverse tout seul!
Oh!
Ok, wow, wow. Ça va
Ça
être
curve. Oh!
Oh, nicely done.
Clean!
Starting to move some of those red stones behind the tee line into a
Hold
useful position.
Yep!
The tidy up operation continues.
And this one's tight from Torga. Really had to get on the swooping early. And he's just about taking the corner guard out of play.
Yeah, when things are going for you, they're going for you.
On est obligé d'essayer, je pense. Ah ouais.
Ok.
9.
Même 10, ça va, non?
J'aimerais bien être shot, en tout cas sur celle-là ou l'autre.
Ouais.
Ok.
Tu penses de ça?
Ah. Pense moins. Comme moi. Ouais.
Kenny, what do you think about the Swiss team's demeanour here? It's been a tough start for them here in the semi-final. They made the final last year as well. So have they managed to maintain their kind of level of concentration, or what do you think?
Well, I think Claudia Pescia will be looking to try and get them in at the fifth end and just give them a bit of confidence, really. They'll have been in situations like this before and come back from it. Maybe not against the calibre of Thomas Olsrud. But I think if they can get a 2 on the score board at this point, into the fifth end break, only trailing by 2, they may be okay. But the body language doesn't look great between the 4 of them.
I just saw Claudio Pescia on the bench, the coach there, just pointing out how he would do it.
Hvis du henger, så har du den også. Du spiller riktig fart.
Ja, bare lurer på om du kunne spilt den med...
Ja, bare spill med akkurat drepen. Kom igjen
That
til,
was a nice draw there by Claudio Petz.
Ja, hvis du gjør det der, så kommer han
Yeah, gets in there for what looks like third shot.
Jeg er usikker på farta. Jeg fikk den ikke. Jeg fikk det overgående.
Ja, det er fin fart da, Roger.
Alternativet er å rømme da, men da tror jeg det er enda større sjanse.
Jeg liker det. Vi har trådt deg før. Skal ha litt mer is. Men farten du spilte i sted var jo...
Er den bak deg bedre enn foran?
Den, ja.
Er bedre enn foran?
Again, Norway taking a lot of time over these shots.
Hvis vi henger, så er det den.
They have 21 minutes on the clock, whereas Switzerland have 25.
Han hadde ikke mer enn der.
So don't be surprised if you see Switzerland playing on if they're even 5 or 6 behind.
Det var der du hadde for å dra, i stedet?
Litt mindre, ja.
Så. Til linje. Ja. Ja. Rent. Hold i gang. Nære, ja. Her. Nære.
So that one just pushing the yellow one through. Everything Norway seem to be calling is working out.
Faut pousser un peu. Non?
Norway now lying fourth thanks to this shot. Christopher Sva on the sweep. Really well controlled. And this is what I mean about the Norwegian side earlier. When they're defending a lead, they're still willing to play attacking curling. And they're now lying at 4 here in this 5th end. And let's not forget, Switzerland played against Sweden on this very sheet, and the game only lasted 6 ends on that occasion. That was the minimum then. They'll be forced to play 8 here, no matter what the scoreline is here after 6. And Claudio Pats can just not even buy a draw so far. Couldn't draw a picture, some people would say.
Yeah, Logan, really struggling. You've got a feel for him out there.
Yeah, and absolutely not a fair reflection of his general talent. I mean, we've already said that Claudio winning the European Championships just a couple of years ago, so just having a bit of an off day here. The 2013 European champion.
So the call for Thomas Olsrud is just to draw one in to the top of the forefoot.
Norway just piling the misery on here.
Bra fart. Topp 4. Hardt, må gå. Hardt. Helle på tidligere. 6.
So looking for this one, top of the tee. Have they overswept this, maybe?
Bra kosta, gutter.
No, finds a okay spot.
Can there ever be too many stones in there for Norway?
Certainly if they're behind the tee line, because Switzerland can use them as a bit of a catcher or a backing.
Ça sur 2 tiers, tu sticks celle-là puis tu essaies d'en faire. Ça, avec une pêche.
Ça c'est là.
Nous on sera là, on sera peut-être même shot. On sera près de tel shot. Lui il va essayer un truc. Exact, je pense. Je pense que c'est la pierre à jouer. Enlever ça là. Et il va de toute façon l'enlever, tu vois. Non, moi je pensais in comme ça. Tout petit peu là. Ouais. Hein?
Ouais, j'ai mis.
4/5e.
Now, looks like a big weight takeout called here for Switzerland. They're going to try and remove pretty much all these reds at the back of the house and roll into a shot position. Or second shot position, I should say, behind the corner guard. Tough shot here.
Ooh, hits and rolls out. Really had to hang around. If Norway could ever put one on the centre line, top of the 8, you could ask yourself, how are Switzerland going to get in for shot?
Yeah, this one over curling. A long way out from where Benoit Schwartz was supposed to hit it there. A bit of a roll of the eyes tells the story. So somewhere in the 8 foot, as you suggested, Kenny, on the centre line. It could be a tough time here for Switzerland not to fall further behind. It just feels at the moment like with every passing stone that the Swiss chances of making the final are diminishing.
Hold den ute der. Hold den ute der. Linja er bra. Linja er bra nå. Linja er bra. Linja kommer. Linja kommer. Stopper midt på senterlinja.
Og gå på slutten. 5-6.
You look pretty happy with this one, though. Oh, finds an absolute perfect location for that red one. Couldn't have walked down and placed it better.
Hele arenaen det deilig å ha hele arenaen I ryggen.
Thomas even sharing a joke with the women's Norwegian team in the crowd there.
Maybe a little bit early to start celebrating. But one thing's for sure, if Benoit Schwartz doesn't play a great shot here, then this game could be pretty much dead in the water here at halftime. So here we go to stay alive. Benoit Schwartz, final stone of the fifth end.
Looking pretty good at the moment. Has he got past the top one? He has. Well played. And Switzerland are on the board.
That's a super shot there by Benoit. Very cool under pressure and keeps his team alive. They've not even been in it here, not been at the races in this first half. And they're going to have a huge amount of work to do in the second half. It's Norway 4, Switzerland 1.
Det for tidlig å begynne å tikke. Kan nesten ikke gjøre det. Det blir defensiv I huet. Samtidig så det...
Norway versus Switzerland. European semi-final. Norway sitting 2. Thomas Ulsrud just needing to hit the paint to take 3 here in the first end. A couple of misses from Switzerland. Left the door open for Norway to take the advantage. And that one right down onto the tee line, and a score of 3 in the first. Second end. Benoit Schwartz trying to tap that Yellowstone in the 8-foot on to the button for a single point. And this one was heavy all the way. And this one has been swept by Thomas Ulsrud right through. And it was a steal of 1 for a 4-0 lead after 2. Into the fifth end. Norway sitting 5. Benoit Schwartz having to play a nose hit with his final rock. This one right down onto the nose. And Switzerland get on the board. But they trail Norway 4-1 at the break.
Og så ikke den innan du skippet der, men jeg har skippet deg, eller jeg har skippet Svalar da. Det var en tøff read.
Here's an update from Sweden against Russia. Tied game after 4 ends. And looks like Sweden already lying 2 in there. Here comes Niklas Edin, the 32-year-old from Karlstad in Sweden. Needing a tricky tap back here. Oh, this one's over curled. Still good enough for a deuce though. The second one of the game for Sweden, and the reigning European champions take control there. 5 ends. Sweden 4, Russia 2.
Bon, on commence. faut se forcer à faire sa routine à chaque pierre, quoi. Même si ça fait chier, même si voilà, c'est faire sa routine et exécuter proprement.
Skal det sies at vi har holdt igjen litt
La
nå,
même
da?
chose qu'à chaque fois avec la technique.
Prøv å holde koken oppe. Tre opp med hammer, det er da fint utgangspunkt. Håvard! 1 meter unna, så tikker du. Nære, for da blir det lett for deg å få spredning.
So here's the stats. 93% for Norway, 72 for Switzerland. A couple of differences there. And there you see straight semi-finals. Sweden, Russia in the 1v4 game, and Norway, Switzerland in the 2v3.
On est où? Justin.
If you've just joined us, you're watching live coverage of the 2016 Gruyère European Curling Championships from the Braehead Arena in Renfrewshire in Scotland. My name is Logan Gray, and alongside me, Kenny Edwards. And we're just starting the second half of our semi-final game between Switzerland and Norway. The scoreline is Norway 4, Switzerland 1. Norway have the last stone here in the 6th end and are throwing the red stones. Trousers are also a bit of a giveaway. And Kenny, is there any way back for Switzerland? We just saw a great shot from Benoit to finish the 5th end to keep them alive. Maybe that'll give them a bit of a boost.
Well, they did play a good shot, but you've got to think they've given up the hammer and they trail by 3. It'd be very difficult to take anything from the first 5 ends.
Yeah, it's been one-way traffic, hasn't it? And that's certainly backed up by the stats. A real gulf in the team percentages. Looking for a long guard here, but looks like there may be a change of plan.
Yeah, I think we'll see Havervan Peterson just play the draw round in on top of this again. 98% in the game, 84 for the tournament. You very rarely see Havard have an off day.
Aldri røre. 8. Vi helt på frys. Ja. Tapper den halvstein, kanskje. Se på vinkelen. Bra.
Bra, Vard.
Se på vinkelen her oppe.
Ja, det var vinkelen som var.
And nicely done. Stones lined up.
Vi sortir une du 4 pieds, on arrive. Kanskje det også.
Yeah, quite close together though, so maybe an opportunity here for Switzerland. A couple of guards on. Choosing to make a play in the house and come around. Maybe tap things around a bit, just like they did in the last end. Never really materialized into anything, but it doesn't mean that the general strategy wasn't good. So 78% for the game here for Peter de Cruz. Just hanging a little bit high, standing off this one, hoping that it will curl. Doesn't quite get to the nose, but pushes things around. Christopher Sva, 90%. Quite a bit above his tournament average, obviously raising his game for the final stages here.
Yeah, it'd be difficult to look past Norway, the form they're in at the moment.
55.
Ouais. C'était 10 tout seul.
In terms of difficulty, the shots that Norway are playing aren't too hard. And like Switzerland, they have to make everything perfectly.
Ok, 2, 3.
Chacun un peu trop, allez.
2, 3. C'est 2.
Ok, ligne bien.
1, 2.
C'est bien.
Ligne bien.
Faut que ça curl. Balle.
Balle, ouais.
Fini ça.
Ouais, ouais.
Tout le long, tout le long, tout le long, tout le long.
Allez,
Encore un
balle.
peu, ouais.
So throwing a guard on the yellow. Will they ignore it? Will they peel it off?
Greit.
Yeah, they're going to just peel this one off. Keep it nice and simple. Don't want to force Christopher to draw. He's certainly a better takeout player than he is at the draws. And as you expect, Chris removes that one from play.
Hvis du ser Halle, da.
Han har 0 spill. Så Halle nå, Uga, eller?
Ja, hvis han slår Niklas.
3, 1.
I think a lot of respect being shown here by the Swiss, trying to run down the Norwegian stones, showing a lot of respect to the hitting power of this Norwegian side. Well, Claudio Pat's having a bit of a stinker. 53%, well below his tournament average. Here in the final stages, really hoping that your players step up and go beyond what they've already been doing in the competition. You'd be looking for him in kind of mid-80s at least. So definitely needing a better second half here from Claudio Pats. All the Norwegian players up on their tournament stats.
Je pense que c'est normal.
Ah. Elle prise là?
Prise ça?
Ouais.
Ah. Lui après il fait... Je trouve ça c'est tellement dur.
C'est assez chaud quand même.
So I think what they're trying to do is maybe, if they can't steal, force Norway to scoring 1.
Sur 2 tiers normal.
And get last on advantage back and try and score 2 or 3 in the 7th end.
Claudio Pats coming down for
le truc c'est avec ça, il a
a closer look.
double après. Elle fait les deux.
Bon, si t'es T-line, tu fais ça et t'es pile entre les deux, ça va. Hein. Ouais, moi c'est tellement dur, t'as vu.
C'est normal 2 tiers, les deux elles roulent là.
Si tu pousses un peu comme ça va.
Lui il fait le double. Bah oui. Si elles sont alignées.
Oui. Ouais, alors on joue
c'est tellement dur à voir.
On joue le blank quoi.
Faut aussi.
Faire un autre TK, j'en sais rien.
Alors après,
faut assez de glace, hein, je pense. Ça.
Il faut jouer ça.
8.
Quick discussion there by De Cruz, or between De Cruz and Pats.
13-8 même.
What have we arrived at here?
C'est un moment qu'on n'a pas joué là.
Ouais.
I think they're going to try and freeze the back red.
Ok, 8. Ligne en poil serré.
6, 7, 9.
A tough shot, and the technical difficulty of the shots does tend to rise as you go further behind. You need to take more risk and play more difficult shots, especially when there's not any guards in play, and the stone positioning becomes absolutely crucial.
He's played a good one there though.
Yeah, fabulous draw there by Claudio Pats.
Her curler det litt. Men det på den siden av linja.
Oh, finally something to smile about.
Nå tror jeg ikke du skal ha mer enn sånn, Torgen, på 15.
Det er nesten litt mer, ja. 15. 15.
Prøver å rulle bort i området her. 15.
Skjerp meg, vil ikke krise,
So I
eller?
think what they're trying to do is hit the yellow
Nei, det kan være greit å
and
komme
roll
klar
to the
av
left-hand
prøvene.
side as we look at this.
Ikke få en overlapp.
Hvis det er lite is, da. Hvis
Really
det er greit.
don't really want to catch that back red.
Hånd opp. Rent. Rent. Bra fart. Rent. Wow. Rent. Rent.
Well, need to hold this red in play. Really cut viciously at the end.
Tok han bra på slutten.
Well, a good shot, but Switzerland still lying in second shot position.
Rent. 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 Klare. Ja.
Here's another look. Snapped hard at the end, and Supers not quite able to keep it as straight as they would have liked. Just like to roll maybe half a stone further over. It's quite an intricate exchange here in the sixth. Quite a few stones in the forefoot, and stone positioning needs to be absolutely precision.
So Benoit just looking to bump this red back, maybe a stone or a couple of feet.
Benoit Schwartz only playing 63% for the first half. Quite often that is a reflection of the difficulty of the shots and the players before you as well. And that one over curls.
Yeah. Just a reminder, Norway have the last stone here in the sixth end.
Så veldig mye mer risk, egentlig.
Nå spiller den forholdsvis hardt, da.
Ja, den går jo uansett.
Toucher den i verste fall tynn, så
Everyone down for a look here.
den og får den nå.
Ja, det er ganske...
her, da sitter du helt...
Ja, enig. Der køler det litt utover.
Ja, der og 11. Det var ganske dårlig slide det forrige forsøket, men jeg tror noe sånt nå. Så halv, tjukk halv.
Ja, halv er greit.
Ja.
Well, quite often Hovard Pedersen, the last to arrive and the last to leave as well. He always seems to have extremely pertinent input. Well, Thomas Ilshood having an absolute blinder once again here. He's been on great form all week.
He's hitting off his own red to get a better angle. Oh, look at that. Terrific shot. Lines him up.
Oh, very creative there by Norway.
Benoit Schwartz just shrugged his shoulders on the way up, and I don't think he can quite believe that they've left him nothing.
Yeah, it's quite audacious to even call that, but to make it as good as that.
Ah, il faut casser tout, je pense.
Moi, je suis pas sûr que ça part. Je suis pas sûr non plus. Parce qu'il va y avoir un drag, ça va beaucoup spinner.
Well, might still be a chance to get them all going here.
S'il vient vite, ça part.
It would require a huge amount of weight from
Tout est assez
the young fourth player.
Ouais, tu joues 6. Ça va vraiment super vite là, au milieu maintenant. Si tu joues cléric, ça va suffire. Enfin,
okay.
ça va voler.
J'active un peu quoi.
C'est assez, assez proche pour que ça sorte, je pense.
Ouais.
Non, et puis pour sortir celle-là, je dois activer. Hein.
J'espère. Une moitié.
Another quick team chat here. What are the options, Kenny?
I think all they've got is throw this high, hard, and hope for the best. Even Peter de Cruz is having a chat with Thomas to see what the call is.
It's always interesting when the stones are so closely packed together. Everybody thinks they're going to do different things. Let's see what actually happens here.
That was well inside with this. And does get most of them moving. Leaves that redstone sitting shot, and it's going to be a straightforward nose hit for 2. That's about as good as he could have done.
Oh, and Thomas Wilshered's in this kind of mood then. Sure, you're going to take a lot to beat him. They've just been irresistible this evening. And a chance to extend their lead to 5 here. It's a straightforward takeout, the option. So here we go, final stone of the 6th end. Thomas Wilshered just with a quiet takeout. Much softer than his previous beauty of a shot.
Yeah, really quiet weight of this one. And this one absolutely perfect. And a score of 2 here in the 6th end.
So after 6 ends here in this semi-final, it's Norway 6, Switzerland 1.
Just a few short years ago, Las Vegas first emerged on the world's curling radar. Today, it's the world's curling hotbed, with 2 Continental Cups already in the attendance record books, a 3rd one ready to rock this coming January, and the biggest one of all, the World Men's Championship, coming in 2018. For complete details, visit LasVegasCurling.rocks.
You gotta be there. Las Vegas rocks.
Bare spiller om motsatt rekkefølge.
End number 7, Håvard Vad Pettersson.
Ligger bra! Jobber nå. Ser bra ut, ser bra ut, ser bra ut, ser bra ut.
I think he's the only player I've seen this week playing with his kipper hanging from his belt loops.
Den skal dø litt med den andre.
La han dø! Ikke bak 10. Heller på full 4. Kom igjen. Heller på full 4.
Well, Norway playing into the house, and over in our other men's semi-final, the round robin winners, Sweden leading Russia by 4 shots to 2. And looks like Sweden lying 1 at the moment. Russia do have the last stone here in the 6th. Well, is there a way in?
Yeah, I think Nicholas is maybe trying to block the draw into the button or forefoot. Gap between the 2 red stones, one in the centre and one to the left of the centre line. Still think there's a port there to come down and possibly score your single point. Or maybe the 2 yellows that are at the top of the house and drive one of them back into the reds. A quiet wait.
Well, back in our feature game, we just saw Håvard Vad Pettersson just throwing his second stone of the end, away. Just a reminder that there is a minimum requirement of 8 ends played in the playoffs.
In, c'est bien. Finis là, faut être derrière la route.
Шимон, может, лучше встанет, а это, может, ты понес. Нет?
Yes, a lot of discussion here between the Russian team.
Может, вообще вот через это?
I think they found a little bit of a trick shot, potentially.
Так хочешь?
Back in our featured game,
Или привезем? Есть
Christopher
завод?
Svav makes the peel.
Есть, но космический. Плес? Плес? Лёх, время, мы проиграем по времени. Давай, бить.
So still undecided on what to do. Alexei Timofev for Russia. And then you see Stakalski holding the broom, the third player for Russia.
That's going to be a tricky one to spin the yellow shot stone up onto the button. Well, here it is. Tricky shot, but it'll definitely be a bit of fun trying it. Timofev with the raise.
Over the top, and he's even pushed Sweden in for two.
Well, he took a huge risk there, and it has not paid off. It's going to be a steal of two here in the sixth end. And the favourites opening up a big lead up against Russia. The score after 6 ends now Sweden 6, Russia 2. Back to Norway and Switzerland. Again, not many stones in play, even less actually. Norway definitely not wanting to engage in any kind of aggressive play with Switzerland. 5-shot lead. And no need to take any more risk.
Yeah, so Torgen Ergaard just peeling the centre guard off. Switzerland do have that yellow stone at the back 12.
Easy.
Yeah, just again throwing the long centre guard, hoping for a nose or a mistake from Norway. No mistake this time.
Ouais. C'est 2 ou 3?
2.
La même vitesse.
Ouais.
Well, they're continuing to try Switzerland, but I think they know they're running out of time here, and Norway are right in the mood this evening. Just haven't even given the Swiss a sniff.
Yeah, they look really focused. They have been rather joking and like maybe not as focused as you'd expect to see a top team at championships, but now they're at the business end of the week. They're dialed in. They know what's required. No messing around now.
Oh, quite a lot of confetti coming down here.
Hvis han drar bak hit og viser tredel.
Will he catch it first time? Oh, no. Do it the easy way. Let it drop to the floor and then catch it. No, just to peel this time. No come arounds.
Ja!
Wow, bare rent.
Rent.
So the Norwegians certainly making it easy. Most of the players actually in this game, they balance up their kind of work career and their playing and training commitments. I think Norway, the Norwegian guys especially, tried to go down the full-time athlete route and found that maybe it's just a little bit too much for them, that they didn't want to focus on curling all the time. It was quite nice to have something else to think about from time to time. So most of the guys on this sheet do actually have some sort of part-time job at least. Unlike some of the other nations, Kenny.
Yeah, Team Scotland, Team Sweden, Russians have a full-time programme. Fully funded athletes. Yeah, the Olympics really has changed everything for the sport.
c'est très bien. Pour la finir.
So, Drew right round and into the back ring. Catch this quarter stone, you should shift both the yellows.
Spiller den vanlig, I stedet for å mate på. Jeg er redd for at den kan floate. Hvis jeg liksom gir den ekstra, så tror jeg da går den utover. Bare spiller den vanlig.
I've seen a couple of takeouts like this from Thomas Ilsrud today, and he's never had any issues removing them. Just needs full focus this one. You don't want to over curl and catch your top one and give 3 up. That would put Switzerland right back in the match. Likewise, you don't want to miss on the wide side either.
Doesn't manage to get rid of both yellows.
Almost a little bit late on the sweeping there. A bit too thick. Here's another. Look, didn't sweep it pretty much all the way down until past the far hog line. Oh, hit it far too thick, really. It was probably a half to 2/3 that they made contact with in the end. Thinner contact, and you would have seen them both spring in from plate.
C'est mis.
Ouais. Wow, wow, wow. Balle. Attention. Oui. Oui. Ouais, vraiment fort, 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 fort. Faut y aller très fort, plus fort.
Well, is it past the back one? Touches it, but just wiggles past it. So Switzerland with a much needed couple of points here in the 7th end. And something to finally get those bells swinging. 7 ends played here. It's Switzerland 3, Norway 6.
Juste que ça passe.
1-2.
If you've just joined us, welcome to the 2016 Gruyère European Curling Championships from the Braehead Arena in Renfrewshire in Scotland. It's the men's semi-finals, and our featured game is Norway against Switzerland. Norway are winning by 6 shots to 3. My name is Logan Gray, and alongside me, Kenny Edwards, bringing you live commentary of the game. Norway have the last stone here in the 8th end, and they've very much switched to some defensive tactics.
Yeah, here in the 8th end, they're going to try and play the tick shot, push this yellow stone over to the side. Howard not happy with that. Overswept it.
No, for Leeds, I think they want to make the tick shots more than all the other ones. It's seen as the most difficult shot that they will play. And Howard Vad Pedersen, one of the best exponents of them.
C'est bien. Un peu, ouais. Ligne parfaite. Que deux. Très proche, vous voyez les gars. Allez, allez. Ouais. On y va. Ouais. Tout long, Ben. Tout long. Ok, bouge. Il vient bien.
So half chance at least for Switzerland.
Fini.
Going to pour another guard on. Well, interestingly, that tick shot from Howard did just cling on to the outer ring, so that could be useful later on. Pretty even matchup at lead, actually. Valentin Tanner sneaking it, leading the way, so to speak.
Rather animated. It's the first time I've ever seen Howard animated.
Well, I told you the Leeds like to make those tick shots, and he has done here. Good shot. So he's rolled over and covered the shot stone. Switzerland are choosing to come around the corner guard. Catching Norway with a 3-shot deficit and not having a lasting advantage is going to be a big ask for Switzerland.
On va être à côté, hein. Mais on va être caché.
Laisse-la 6.
Yeah, so Switzerland chasing that red round the corner guard. So sometimes you would see teams peeling this yellow stone back in towards the other stones, but the reason they're not doing that is they may think they could stick the other yellow on top of the yellow that's in behind and leave 2 yellow counters hidden. So that's the reason why they're not doing it.
So here's the final stone of the 7th end in our other semi-final. Alexei Timofev trailing by 6 shots to 2 and facing 2 Swedish stones. An absolute must-make here. Nicely done. It's a score of 1. And after 7 ends, it's 6-3. It's also 6-3 in the game between Switzerland and Norway. And not a great appeal there by Christopher Sva. Leaves another guard on the corner. Oh, Peter's preparing himself. That's how that other guard got there. Hit the centre one and rolled over. Would you like to clear right out of play? So what can Switzerland do here to force a mistake?
Well, they've just got to keep hoping, really, more than anything. Looking at that, Christopher Sva not played a draw at all, 90%. Pierre de Cruz, I would question
Det er fullt mulig å dobbeltjamme og rulle opp den her, rulle inn til T-line, skal han garde. Det synes ikke jeg er noe særlig.
Men rulle bak T-line da, i hvert fall.
Ta den veien her da. Jeg er ikke redd for den der.
So there's that backswing delivery from Christopher Sva. Maybe a chance to get the corner guards moving around here.
So it does open up that yellow.
Well, good to see Christopher Sva still moving well after that fall the other day. Took a nasty tumble on the ice, but doesn't seem to have had any real impact on him.
Ça va vite là, je pense. C'est juste après le logo, je pense.
Oh, juste qu'elle passe, juste qu'elle passe. Oh, Benoît, ça passe, ça passe, ça passe.
Yeah, Switzerland continuing to throw the guard. What they're hoping for is, you see the stones are just short of the rings. They're hoping that Norway drive that yellow stone onto one of them and it bounces back into the house or onto the centre line.
Ja, nå kan du rønne på toppen av rød da. Det er ikke så farlig. Spill safe da.
Thomas just checking his angles.
To tredjedeler fra toppen av rød.
Just going to hit it straight along this line pretty much and trying to hit it onto the high side of the red.
Yep.
Ja.
So, trying to roll the red here. Pretty close. Oh, makes it.
Great shot there by Torgen Ergaard, and all the guards are off now. Here's another look. Pushes over and just catches it. It's been like a shooting range this evening. Just firing bullets the whole game, the Norwegians. Just running the game home pretty much from the from the second end onward, sorry.
Whoa, que deux. Whoa.
C'est deux.
Han går forholdsvis ærlig, altså.
Well, doesn't that tell a story? Torgen Ergaard absolutely phenomenal this evening, 92%. Kleopats just has not been able to live with him. So Kenny, I think we're probably going to see the two favourites in the final. Would you agree with that?
I would expect so. I'd expect to see Sweden versus Norway, and you probably would have picked them two teams at the start of the week. The only two teams that you might have expected to see in the semi-finals would be Scotland and maybe Denmark. But they failed to make it. Real surprise team to make the semi-finals was Russia.
Yeah, they've had a terrific week indeed, and their first European Championships. Just like in the women's competition, nice to see some fresh blood coming through in Russia. Good strength and depth there in their squad system. And if Thomas Olsrud does go on to retire after the next Olympics, it'll be interesting to see what kind of strength and depth Norwegian curling has had. He had to wait for his chance to come in when Paul Trulsen retired. Who's next in line, I wonder? Thomas Olsrud as well, really outplaying Benoit Schwartz at fourth position. Terrific play by Norway.
Litt innpå.
So just looking for this to take the yellow away. So I think now that you see where Peter de Cruz is indicating he's looking to put the stone exactly where his broom is. Trying to sit 2.
Ouais, 5, c'est bien.
Exact. Faut juste être shot. Ouais. Un mètre 50 de plus.
Ouais, quand même.
So Benoit Schwartz with his draw
C'est bien à vous. Juste porte le 8 pieds.
in this 8th end.
Yeah, needs to make sure he's touching the 8 foot here to lie 2. That should be good enough to force Norway to just score 1.
12 pieds.
Oh. Oh.
Pas plus, pas plus, pas plus. Pas plus. Oh. Wow. Joué.
Now, lovely draw there.
Ready.
And that'll force Norway to play the draw.
Om noe så det, synes jeg dratt der, så kan det være snett på tråden.
Any merit in throwing a takeout here, Kenny?
There is if you're not confident, but someone with the ability and the confidence of Thomas Olsrud, you just draw the 8 foot. It's bread and butter to these guys.
Oh, we've not seen many draws from Thomas Olsrud. This could be the match winner here. Final stone of the 8th end. Thomas Olsrud looking for something around 14.5 seconds.
Ser bra ut, ser bra ut. Easy, det deres.
We're going to take a look now.
Midt på knappen.
I think they're pretty happy. There you go, 14-7. This one right on the button.
Yeah, a super draw and another score here in the 8th end for Norway. Thomas Olsrud, coolly played draw. And it's 8 ends played here in this semi-final. It's Norway 7, Switzerland 3.
Just a few short years ago, Las Vegas first emerged on the world's curling radar. Today, it's the world's curling hotbed, with 2 Continental Cups already in the attendance record books, a 3rd one ready to rock this coming January, and the biggest one of all, the World Men's Championship, coming in 2018. For complete details, visit LasVegasCurling.rocks.
You gotta be there. Las Vegas rocks.
En på knappen.
7-3, not so good for Switzerland. Not good reading at all, actually. The only scores for Switzerland coming in the 5th and 7th end. And stone nicely away before the hogline. The green lights come on to indicate a legal release. Supers immediately down with the brushes here. Certainly not the time to start dropping guards short of the house.
Yeah, so Howard van Petersen has been excellent in this game.
1, 2. Il n'y a pas 3.
2, c'est bon?
Il faut juste 2. Ouais, 2. Bien. Oh. 2.
Ben, plie un peu. Ouais.
Ouais, c'est 2.
Oh, Lindsay. Oh.
Normally we would be saying, Kenny, that the team with the last stone will be playing to the wings. So would you say this is a kind of unconventional approach that Switzerland are taking?
Well, they're just trying to do something different, I feel.
here's Nicolas Sedin with the final stone of the 8th end. Already leading by 6 shots to 3. And going after a run back here. The signature shot for Nicolas Sedin, and as usual, he makes easy work of it. Great shot there by Nicolas to score 1 in the 8th. And after 8 ends, it's Sweden 7, Russia 3. Back on sheet C. Valentin Tanner over curls and just chips the guard. So it wasn't such an awful shot that they moved the centre guard off the centre line, but they have left an angle to make the double peel here. Well, just like the leads loving to make tick shots, the second players love to make double peels. They just seem to focus that much harder on the shots that you would associate with that position. And that's another great shot by Christopher Svart.
Yeah, peeling both yellows out of play.
Here's another look. Slashes it across the top. And very little to work with here for Switzerland.
Juste center line, on est bien.
C'est calme pas.
Juste center line, on sera bien.
Kenny, how many does Switzerland need to score here to have a realistic chance in the 10th end?
They need to score at least 2, you've got to feel.
It's going to be a big ask without any guards.
And this one from Svart looking pretty tight though. Has he made it go away? See Torgan Egard trying to sweep that one out of play. It shouldn't come into play out there though. It's out of the danger area.
Looks like the Norwegians are going to maintain their terrific record at the European Curling Championships. Howard Vad Pedersen and Christopher Svart medaling on every single outing that they've had. So this will be 10 medals in a row for the Norwegian front end.
Yeah, it's quite an impressive record for any sportsman really.
Just another peel here for Torgan Egard. I think he looks like a beaten man, Peter de Cruz.
Yeah, he a rather dejected look. So, on the centre line for Switzerland, and Norway just going through the motions, peeling these ones off. It's still a chance for Switzerland. You know, they still have a bronze medal game to focus on. It's not all lost. They can still pick up some medal here. Maybe not the colour they were after.
Well, absolutely, and they are guaranteed a place at the Worlds for Switzerland, and certainly going to help their case for being the Swiss Olympic team, assuming that Switzerland are there, if they can go on and medal here at the Europeans. It all makes a difference. And ultimately that's what all these teams' goals are at the top end of the competition. Focused on the Olympic Games every 4 years. And this one's going right through here from Benoit. Oh, Claudio Pats. There's the Swiss girls team, Swiss women's team even. The reigning world champions had a poor week by their standards, failing to make the playoffs, but still enjoying some of the great play, if not the impending result.
So, taking his own stone out here, Logan. The thinking behind this is just leave nothing in play for Switzerland. Can't hide behind it, can't push it back. And where do you hide now for Switzerland? So, I think they know the game's up. They're just going to throw this one in.
Claudio Pats is just indicating how wide they would have to go to hide behind the guard, and it looked pretty much like it would be on the next sheet. So really clutching at straws here. Switzerland, I think the end is nigh.
Put out, put out.
So there is a stone on the wing. It's not really in play, but it's the only hope that the Swiss have here to be able to score to keep this game alive.
Yeah, hits the paint with that one.
Litt innpå. Der altså bra ut. Det kjapp.
So fully expect this one to be hit on the nose. Yeah, the body language of Team Switzerland is painting 1,000 pictures. It's not good. And that one is good though. That hits on the nose, rolls to the forefoot.
Oh, Benoit not hanging around here, down at the hack already. So here's the final stone of the 9th end. And Benoit Schwartz just looking for a nose hit, it would seem, to score one.
And does hit on the nose, and there is the handshake.
Well, a very one-sided semi-final here.
Good luck.
But Norway advancing to the gold medal game with a 7-4 victory over Switzerland. Great performance by Norway. And Switzerland will have to pick themselves back up for the bronze game tomorrow evening.
Spillere så litt på laget av gangen. Hæ? Vi bruker de samme gutta. Ja, vi bruker de samme, ja. Det 10 in a row.
Yep. 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 Yep.
So this is the game between Russia and Sweden.
Backline? Okay.
And it is Sweden leading 7-3. Alexei Timofev here playing Yellow Rocks for Russia. Just looking to draw one down here. Might need to tap the red back for 2. Sweeper's going really hard on this. And a really nice shot from the skip. They score 2. And that will mean we go into the 10th end. So you see it after 9 ends. Sweden 7, Russia 5.
Den andra som man satte. Ja. De kan ju vara lite halvnöjda.
So, Sweden with last stone advantage. It's Russia who start this 10th end. Looking for this one over the hog line. Arthur Ali, the lead for Russia. Christopher Sundgren for Sweden.
Aktiv ändå. Bra fart! Dryg hack!
Looking to play the tick shot.
Hack! Ja. Ja. Wow. Wow, wow. Ligger bra, ligger bra. Kommer ta tunt.
And does move it off the centre. Really well played.
En med 2, vi behöver inga poäng.
Что сюда?
Под него хочем полкамня.
Обязательно гард, Лёх.
Вот 6-й просто по центру.
Sweden really good at the takeout game, especially when they're ahead. Peeling guards, they have so much weight.
Шестой гард, Лёх. Шестой. Линия, Сип. Сип. Нет, только вес, только вес. Есть вес, о, есть вес, сам. О, это в дом, скорее всего.
And this one looks a little heavy for weight. Can't afford to be in the house. And that one is going to hit the paint. And Sweden will just play the hit and they'll run the shooter as well. Won't want to leave anything hanging around.
Kan hålla igång.
Ja. Bra led. Bra så.
Okej, bra. Nice.
So, once again, Russia going to try and throw a guard. will want some separation between the two stones, or Sweden will just blast the two of them away.
Вес есть шестой. Свип, свип, свип. О, только вес. Лёха тогда можешь, не? Свип, свип. Свип, ниже, ниже, ниже надо. Давай, 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 чтобы сложнее было бить. Да.
Well, there is an angle there. I'm looking at that. I wouldn't be surprised if both these yellows go.
Rasmus Vranoa, the newest member of this Swedish team. Well, makes the double peel, leaves a stone around.
Yeah, this is his first European Championships.
Мы один поставим, он пил и все. Хорошо, мы потом центральный гард поставим. У нас уже камень домен будет.
He's played in
Ну давай.
World Juniors and World Mix before.
This is Tim Gajihano. Likes to play a bit of ice hockey as well.
Поднять. Только линия, Лёг. Поднять, поднять. Ничего вообще до конца, ничего до конца. Вес за идет.
His favorite ice hockey player is Alex Ovechkin, the Russian ice hockey player.
Не надо, не надо, не надо. Нам без разницы, они все равно будут пиздиться. Они этот камень вообще трогать не будут. А? Это бессмысленно.
So Sweden just peeling the guard.
Yeah.
And this looks pretty much like a formality now here for Sweden. Looks like Sweden are going to join Norway in the final. Alexei Stukalski, the 28-year-old, the most experienced player in this Russian lineup. Alexei played in the 2014 Olympic Winter Games, finishing 7th with Russia. And he actually threw 4th stones, so stepped down to 3rd. But certainly a bit of a weapon.
Well, again, there is an angle there, and if they could remove both yellows, you gotta think it's game over.
So Oscar Eriksson, the professor, and just peels that one out. He was involved in the 2010 and 2014 Olympic Winter Games as the alternate for Team Niklas Edin. Then started to make a bit of an impact on the international stage himself. Going to the World Men's Curling Championships in Beijing just after the Olympics and making it all the way to the final, only to lose to Canada. And since then, Oscar Eriksson and Niklas Edin teaming up and being utterly dominant on the international stage, winning 3 of the 4 international championships they've played in since their creation. So there's the Norwegian team into the final, and I know this is the 10th year they've played with the same lineup, and it's 10 consecutive medals for the Norwegians. Fabulous curling once again today. But is it going to be gold or silver? I'm sure Niklas Edin and the Swedish side will have something to say about it. Fierce competitors, fierce competition between the two countries, Sweden and Norway, the neighbours. So Alexei Timofev just has to get this into the house, really.
Yeah, a little surprised he's throwing it the same side. You'd have thought he'd try to split the house and get a bit of separation between the yellows. For sure, Nicholas is going to have a right good rip at this one. An opportunity to kill the game here. It's been a good performance from this Russian side.
Yeah, would you say they've operated above their experience levels, Kenny?
Yeah, I would think so, yeah. Certainly no one really expected them to make the semi-finals. Oh, just misses the double. But Nicholas is smiling about it. He thought he had it. He knows that he'll have a straightforward takeout with his last. So close to making that. Might not have to play his last if Timofev can't hit and stay.
Oh, he must have a good sense of direction because he doesn't look at the brush when he lets the stone go. Mostly able to trust his delivery. Generally see people's eyes absolutely fixated on the brush until the point of release. Until after the point of release even. So this will be the final stone of the 10th end coming up. Alexei Timofev clearly enjoying himself, and he's had a very good week. Looks like his gold medal tilt is about to end, but they can still come away with something. They can still pick up the bronze. And they'll have to go through Switzerland tomorrow night to get it. Final stone of the 10th end. Nicolas Sedin just needs to get one of these yellows out here, nothing more.
It looks perfect, and he does it. Scores the single point.
And finishes perfectly on the button, just for good measure. So, Sweden winning this one by 8 shots to 5. They'll go to the gold medal game. Russia will join Switzerland in the bronze medal game.
Norway versus Switzerland, 6th end. Thomas Olsrud looking for a nose hit with his final stone. Plays the downweight takeout. Pushes the yellow through and sits for a score of 2. Seventh end. And Peter de Cruz for Switzerland. His opportunity to strike back with his own 2. He also hits on the nose, pushes it past the back yellow. Eighth end. Switzerland sitting to a bit of pressure on skip Thomas Olsrud of Norway, playing the in-turn draw. Harvan Petersen and Christopher Sva swept this one right down onto the button for a single. Ninth end. Switzerland conceded. It was Norway 7, Switzerland 4.
Good luck. 10 på Rantorget. 10. Det bra.
So there was the standings. Sweden, they were top of the table. And it's them top two, Sweden and Norway, that will progress to the final. And Switzerland and Russia will play the bronze medal game. Well, Finland and Denmark dropping down to the B division. As we take a look at the final stages here. That's how it all pans out. So, a lot of medals still to play for.
Thomas, congratulations. Into the final again. How do you feel?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. This is actually the 10th time we're in the playoffs in the Europeans, or guaranteed a medal. So I'm actually quite proud of the boys today. They played well today, and four of us is for the 10th time sure of a medal in the Europeans now, and hopefully we can. Looks like we're going to play Niklas in the final, so that's going to be a good one for sure.
It certainly was a great performance. And how important was it to get off to a fast start today?
Yeah, we got off to a really good break there. We talked about it. It was a bit touch straighter going to the wings, and I think that Benoit was caught on that spot. So he was a touch heavy and was a bit straighter than he thought. And hey, 3 to Norway, and can't ask for a better start than that.
And as you mentioned, it looks like it might be a Sweden-Norway final. How nice would it be to get some revenge on Niklas for the round robin?
That'd be really good. We always have tight games against Niklas, so. Actually, I think we had hammer last time and still lost an extra, so we'll try to mix it up this time, see what happens.
Congratulations and good luck in the final.
Thanks.
So, Thomas Olsrud delighted to make the final, and he's guaranteed a 10th straight medal here at the Gruyère European Curling Championships. So that's it from the semi-final stages. From Logan Gray and myself, Kenny Edwards, thanks for listening.